Uh, Brian, thank you for taking my phone call. I do want to compliment you on one thing about your show. You listen to the other side. I went to a leadership meeting, and some idiots didn't even want to listen to other people, and that's one of the fundamental things of leadership. So hopefully your show does, continues to do okay. So I do have some criticism. First of all, I'm not a MAGA. I'm an Eisenhower Republican, and to one of your idiot callers who called me a Reagan mom's and apple pie, I'm an Eisenhower mom's and apple pie. And I am concerned, and I'm hoping that you get a pastor on here, that why didn't Trump put his hands on the Bible? That really bothers me.
Okay, so here's why I have a, I don't think you need a pastor. The guy hasn't recited one simple sentence from the Bible because he has never read the Bible. He lied and he said that it was his favorite book to read. Yeah. He hasn't recited one verse in the Bible, but yet, Al, you voted for a guy who has Bibles made in China for $3 and sells them to idiots like JD and the last caller for $60. This is the guy that you voted for.
You voted for a guy who you just criticized that pardoned somebody. So you can't own everything. No. That's what you did.
We are talking about let me be very clear. First of all, a hypocrite would go on the air and not criticize someone for doing something that they disagree with. I have to bring up things to you. You never criticize Donald Trump for hardly anything. That's what a hypocrite does.
I just criticize him right now. What more do you want?
I'll tell you what I want. I'm glad that you criticized him for not putting his hand on the Bible today. What I'd like to see from you, Al, is criticize him for his false promises, ending the Ukraine war in 24 hours, lying about the 2020 election, which, by the way, he did on Inauguration Day today, lying about immigration, about how people all over the world in their jails are sending people to the United States of America, lying about the border wall, which he did today, lying about the January 6th committee deleting evidence, which they didn't do. Today, he lied about Nancy Pelosi, said that she rejected an offer of 10,000 troops. There's no evidence of that, and he was the commander of the National Guard because he was the president of the United States. I'd like to hear you call him out for his 34 felony counts that he was convicted of. I'd like to hear you call him out for the 25 women that have accused him of sexual assault or rape, including his ex-wife in court documents. I'd like to hear you call him out for the liable sexual abuse. I'd like to hear you call him out for attacking POWs, attacking Gold Star families, attacking women on looks. I'd like to hear you call him out for allowing the Elon Musks of the world and billionaires and trillionaires right behind him today as he was inaugurated but not allowing governors and their spouses to be in there because he claimed there wasn't enough room. I would like to hear you criticize him for not wanting the flag to be at half staff, something that we've done for 152 years because of Jimmy Carter's death. I'd like to hear you criticize him a little bit more than, I didn't like the fact that he didn't put his hand on the Bible. Are you willing to do that now, Al?
No, because most of those things that I don't agree that he should be criticized about.
So you don't think?
I think he's a good leader.
You think he's a good leader?
He's made some mistakes like everybody else.
So you don't think he should be criticized?
He's going to do a hell of a lot better.
All right, yeah,
than,
I'm sure. Okay,
Trump.
So hold on, Al. Let's back up.
Closing the border.
That's what's called criticism. First of all, he hasn't closed the border. The border's still open. He could have done that right now. He didn't do it. That's number one. Number two. You don't think he should be criticized for lying about the 2020 election. You don't think he should be criticized for going after POWs and women on looks. You don't think he should be criticized for any of the lies about January 6th. You don't think he should be criticized for pardoning insurrectionists, some of whom are violent criminals. You don't think he should be criticized for the way he handled COVID. You think all that's unfair, but he didn't put his hand on the Bible, so I'll criticize him for that. You sound ridiculous, Al. You sound ridiculous.
I don't think I sound ridiculous. Why don't you ask other people, try to get them to see if they also feel that he should be criticized for not putting his hand on the Bible.
A lot of people like you fail to criticize Donald Trump for things that are far worse than putting his hand on a Bible. Do I think that's one of the worst things that Donald Trump has ever done? Absolutely not. I think it's a symbolism of him being a moron.
It was the worst thing that he did. I just said I criticized him for it.
What do you think is the worst thing Donald Trump has ever done?
The worst thing that he's ever done? That's a good question. He's done a lot of bad things, but the worst thing that he's ever done, probably not put his hand on the Bible. That's really, I think that's the worst thing I think he's ever done.
Okay, so let me get this right. You just said he's done worse things. Now you just said
I just said he's done a lot of bad things, but I don't think he's done any. I mean,
Gotcha.
if I
So
said
liable,
that, I said
so
that.
sexual abuse.
What I meant to say is I don't really think I can't think of anything off the top of my
You
head.
can't. Okay, well, let me
that
throw.
me
Let me.
as a
Let me.
Christian would
Got
not
you.
putting his hand on the Bible.
Let me throw you this out to you. Do you think not putting your hand on a Bible is worse than sexually abusing women?
I don't know. I don't think I'm not. He has. I don't think I have to look at the case, but
You
I
have
really
to.
do believe he was
Okay.
raped. I don't think
Okay.
he raped
So,
her.
got you.
Okay, he didn't get convicted of rape.
He's found
Okay,
liable for
and,
sexual abuse. The 25 women.
Yeah, I
The
think
25.
That, well,
The
yeah, but putting
25.
your hand on the Bible is
Al.
pretty big.
Al. The 25 women that have accused him of sexual assault or rape, including his ex-wife in court documents. Are all those women lying, and you think not putting your hand on a Bible is worse than that? It's a possibility.
What
Okay.
about all?
Thank you.
What about the girl that lied? Hold on a second. Let me finish. What about the girl that lied about those kids in the college, those fraternity kids who raped her and then admitted that she was lying?
The Duke lacrosse case has absolutely nothing to do with the questions that I've asked you. And that
has everything to do
no,
with
it doesn't.
It shows that our court system's not perfect.
No. See, first of all, those kids were never convicted. So our court system was correct there. They were never convicted. Okay. Donald Trump is a liable sexual abuser. And that was one case. That is deflection, and that is whataboutism. Donald Trump has attacked POWs. I don't respect John McCain because he was captured. Donald Trump has attacked women on looks. He attacked Ted Cruz's wife. Okay. Donald Trump is the guy.
Well, wait a minute. You attacked Nancy Mason on looks.
Yeah.
You think that she's a transgender or
something. Never attacked her.
That?
Never attacked her on looks. I never called.
You did.
No, hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back.
Attacking Nancy Mace.
Al, I need you to pay attention. I never said Nancy Mace was ugly. I questioned that she could be a man because I don't know for sure, neither do you. I said I believe Nancy Mace could be a man. I never said she was ugly. I never attacked her on looks the way that Donald Trump talks about women. And the reason why I said Nancy Mace could be a man is very simple. And obviously you're not smart enough to understand. Nancy Mace is obsessed with trans women going into women's bathrooms. So if that's the case, I think we should check Nancy Mace and what's in her pants to prove that she is a woman. That is different than attacking a woman based on looks. Now, I will attack Donald Trump based on looks. He wakes up every day and puts on his 8 layers of orange makeup and his girdle. The morbidly obese man who never takes his shirt off, by the way, I find that very interesting, who has his fake teeth and his 4 hair transplants, is ugly on the inside and out. I will attack Donald Trump. I never said Nancy Mace was ugly. I never attacked her on looks. I said she might be a man. There are trans men and trans women that are good-looking people. You know, very simple, Al. You don't understand that, but I do find it interesting that of all the things that Donald Trump has done in his life, of all the things that Donald Trump has done and said, the despicable behavior, the liable sexual abuse, the 34-count felonies that he was convicted of, you think the worst thing that Donald Trump did was not put his hand on a Bible today. You're totally okay with him selling Bibles. You're totally okay with that. You're totally okay with him charging people hundreds of thousands of dollars to pray with him. But, oh, dear God, he didn't put his hand on the Bible.